Frick, I forgot to play to find out no Billis is out. Well, that's my bad. I've had a cough for a while. I have no idea. Every time I start talking, I just start coughing. Man, there's a lot of lovely videos I see coming out. It's always on a Friday. I mean, to be fair, that's how Fridays work, isn't it? You wanted this, you got it. It's yours. Where have I been? It's late. Listen, I said before. Okay, listen. Blame the German trains. They made me sick. I've been sickened by German train engineering. Well, not the trains themselves, actually, but by the people on the train, I guess. And the stress. Man. Didn't have this goddamn issue. Didn't have this fucking issue when I was recording my goddamn... I can record hours of Death Stranding and my throat's fine. Now I start streaming, it's like, no, we're streaming. That means we automatically everything goes bad. Ugh. Okay. Stupid German trains making me cough. Alright. Welcome to Bad Apple. Now, if you're clever, you'll know that to bad apple means you know, being a bad kind of guy and everything. So, it's been a while, and it's been a while for a variety of reasons. The primary one of which is, I forgot. To be honest, I kind of forgot. I think I had like a trauma or something. I think I experienced severe trauma for being exposed to some really bad writing, or what was it? Hold on, let's go back into the past and remind myself what was going on, because I forgot at this point. I remember Tory Game, and there was Nothing Else Matters. And I think Nothing Else Matters was just hot dog shit. It just didn't do anything it was supposed to do. Like, I was just depressed. It was like, this story is just... This is just fucking baseline snooker. You know how people say this is a token gay character? It really feels like they're token gay characters. There's really nothing about this that feels especially about the gay experience. In a way that I feel justifies doing all this shit. You're pissing in the bed and you're telling me that it rained. And then there was Tory Game, which I forgot what Tory Game did. What the hell happened with Tory Game that I lost my mind? I forgot. It's been a while. I've healed, you might say. And then there's Fallen Down, or Falling Down. It's one of the two. Which is going to be coming up soon enough. I need to draw art for it, and I'm going to be a little preoccupied when it comes to art. So unless someone else has a background I can use. I'm sorry to tell you, but that's going to have to wait. Fallen Down is interesting, because, like, the translation does not help. But I'm pretty sure a lot of it is just, like, this is how you write in Spanish. Because, man... It's also got a couple of twists that got me on my toesies, though. And on a very good way. I was on my toes, like, ooh. I love how even a Tory Game, right? A good ending always hits me just right. I didn't have that with Nothing Else Matters as much, though. In hindsight, while that thing was trying to do the same thing, it kind of tripped her off its own 2 feet. I like how I straight up point out that I did not finish the last few chapters. It seems that it will fall to me to write the weird, goofy, esoteric ones. Hold on, let me look at some of my old stuff. Okay, here we go. Tory Game sneaks in, and actually Fang is not non-binary late in chapter 23, and I'm both surprised, not surprised, and wondering what the hell the writer thinks he's even doing at this point. Oh yeah, it's because that fucking game at, fucking Inko solves everything by being the best boy. You know, I'm honestly starting to wonder if Yatakan died just so that Inko had a problem he couldn't solve with his fantastic, just silver tongue. So yeah, Bad Apple's got a bit of a weight on his shoulder. Oh yeah, I still stand by the fact that Inko's not the kind that eavesdrops. Also, it's kind of goofy what it tries to do. Shouldn't Inko's dad's realization about the whole Soon use a terrible way to pretend to be a good dad? Be way more of a dramatic scene's high note instead of with the weird. Oh god, it's so fucking weird with that. God, I just remembered the fucking dad talks. And Inko oh my. Why am I? My wound is healed, and my hands like tear at the scar. Desperate to get back at the meat. I must bleed or I'm not human. Anyway, welcome to Bad Apple. We're gonna talk about Bad Apple. So Bad Apple is, I think, the first one we're doing that has the explicit tag. That's bad news. Unless someone in the audience that I can trust is willing to tell me, don't worry, Safi, it's chapter 12 or chapter 11 where the explicit stuff happens that you should worry about. Or it's being explicit because it's like doing really heavy topics and it's like actually kind of aware of the fact that some of the shit might not be sex, but it sure is heavy. I'm not showing you any of the text. It's a bit weird, I know, but like, I don't want that stuff on my screen while I'm recording. I need to have space to, compress things down. So, 5 minutes in and we get started in the recording. Man, you know what you're doing here. You know why you're here. You're here for me. You're not here for the story because you can read it yourself with your own eyeballs. It's got graphic depictions of violence, we got major death, we got FM, we got Jen, which is a really weird combination of things. We got Goodbye Volcano High. No, it's a Snook game. It's a bit old. It's old enough that I think people hadn't fully adjusted to the fact that Snook game was going to be associated with Wani. I find it very interesting that Snook game, and I stand by that this was the right decision to make. On Archive of Our Own, Snoot Game is no longer associated with Goodbye Volcano High. It is considered a subtag of Wani, and I'm so behind that because, like, it's got nothing to do with Goodbye Volcano High. I don't think these two people should be in the same room unless you know what you're doing. It's an Anon Stella ship fic, and it's also a cope fic because ending one happened, and it's like, my man, bold and brave, bold and brave. We are starting off with most of the cast that we give a shit about dead. Trish, fucked up. Reed, who knows? Spears, not a clue. I mean, admittedly, I started with one and I fucked it up pretty bad. So basically, we have a limited cast in a terrible situation. And you know how I said that I want a fic to commit to the bit? I don't think you can. If you don't commit to the bit, I'm out chapter 1. Like, I will not show it. Luckily, I've already read a little bit of it, and I can tell you, it tries to do something with the concept. We got the additional tags of first-person POV. At least they're honest about it. We got tragedy, despair, and hope. I don't think it's tragedy, though. I think the tragedy already happened, so we're just in the post phase. Now, we're looking at about 10,000 words per chapter. I've already said I think that's too many words for a chapter. Too many words. But if you do it well, at least I won't notice. I won't be thinking here like, oh my god, this chapter takes forever. I'll be sitting there going, yes. Activate the toe sleeper. The title is Bad Apple. Yes, I thought it had to do with Bad Apple, but it has to do with probably with Bad Apple spoiler the bunch. Like, Anon's a bad guy, so he's going to ruin Stella, which admittedly is an interesting interpretation to take on the whole situation. I'm behind it. I'm behind it. Let's get into the meat and potato. 6.5 minutes in. The following story contains spoilers for ending one of Snoot Game. 4.5 months after the incident at Volcano High, Anon is left a broken man, haunted by his sins and the ghost of his past, unsure of what comes after the storm. Oh, wait. 4.5 months after the incident at Volcano High, Anon is left a broken man, haunted by his sins and ghosts of the past, unsure of what comes after the storm. However, after a chance encounter with past acquaintance... That's a really weird way to describe this. Is it possible for him to find light in the darkness? Listen, if you're dealing with a fucking story that's about two people making out by the end of it, don't call them acquaintances. Call them friends. They are his friends. They are not acquaintances. Stella and Rosa are pretty explicitly his friends in most endings. In all endings, actually. Their friendship is, like, pretty explicit. You can... Oh, no, they're not acquaintances. You're not acquaintances with someone that you hang out with this much. Stella especially, I'd say. Rosa, meh. But I can see Stella, like, actually thinking him of as a friend. Anna might not, because Anna doesn't think anyone is his friend, because that's the whole fucking character arc. I imagine introduction about Aku. I can try, but I don't know if I can do it. I haven't heard Aku as much. All I know is that meme where he's like, a samurai wielding an ancient sword, wielding a samurai. God damn it. Ugh. You know what I'm gonna put? I'm gonna put the text up. I'm gonna put the text up. I'm feeling very bold and brash today. Where's one I'm looking for? Is it this one? No, that's my drawing one. Is this one? It's my recording one. It's gotta be this one. No. It's this one. Bad Apple. Bad Apple is art! We got a cool title page. I mean, it's just the background of the game, some silhouettes and everything. But you know what, Umbra? You get bonus points for making a title card. You also can lose those bonus points. They are not exclusive. They're just like you start a little higher because it feels like you put in a little extra butt shaking. None of it. Okay, we need to put out a different song because this is not gonna work. I need a fucking sad song. I think we're gonna have to go into. I'm sorry, One, he's got some better introspective tracks. No, not this. Oh, I could go for hospital drones. It's a bit heavy-handed, but hey, it works. We're in the early stages, buddy. We get to do this. None of this matters. At least, that's what I wish I could believe. I want to believe that this is nothing more than a setback, a bump in the road. A trial from Raptor Jesus, or whatever God is out there to make me stronger. Raptor Jesus is he? God damn it! It depends on who you ask and if Jesus is God or not. Like, they're supposed to be part of the Trinity, but the Trinity is still separate. They had a lot of funny fights where really important religious people beat each other up in the good old days about the Trinity. It's hilarious. That's what I've been told, and through various message boards, grief supports. Oh wait, that's what I've been told. At least through various message boards and grief supports. Why the hell is this a comma without an and? That's just an and situation. That's not a comma. Or unless message boards of grief support sets. In which case you still gotta use your words, man. Hell, I've even tried an Icelandic birdhouse crafting forum to try to make sense of this hell I find myself in. All I can see is more empty and hollow words that don't dull the pain. What the fuck were you expecting from a birdhouse making forum? All they do is fucking runs a fossil island. That's all they do. God damn, I hate that training hunter method. It's so weird to me. Like, birdhouses? Stay with me here, please. Don't leave me alone. No, this is him. I forgot who this was. Stay with me here, please. Don't leave me alone. The last words I ever said to her. Those words are etched in my mind, echoing through my head like a symphony of torment. Of how I failed her, how I let her die, how I let everyone die, all because I am a shitty boyfriend. I don't think you were a shitty boyfriend. That implies that you're past that. You still are. Like, she's dead, you're not a boyfriend per se, but you're still a shitty person. Actually, calling himself a shitty person would have been better. I don't know. Nuances. I should have died that day. Yeah, you should have, but unfortunately, some fucking doctors decided to show up. Jerk doctors. Growing stupid Hippocratic oath. Growing weary of the disingenuous bullshit laced across my screen. Why is it laced across your screen? That's just what your screen does. My hand moves to turn off my monitor. Across the screen's darkness, I see myself. Why do you see it across the darkness? It implies it's smeared over. Like, I get what you're going for, but you see yourself in the screen's darkness. Which also implies that you are in the darkness. Across, under, your visual metaphor, you're almost there. You're one word choice away from it. Come on. My face being completely devoid of color from not leaving my shitty apartment for a week. Bloodshot eyes from being awake for 2 days straight. And to my right, a silhouette, staring blankly at me. Fine? I get up, turn around in shock. Only to be greeted by the front door and a pile of garbage bags and empty bottles surrounding it. Listen, I appreciate that this man, in one sentence, has already managed to paint a vivid image in my mind of what this guy's room is like. He's been in there for a week. He's sitting in the darkness. There's some trash in the corner. And he's seeing ghosts. I know exactly what this man's house looked like. And you don't need a paragraph to describe a room. Unless you want to. Unless it's a really important room. Which Anon's room kind of is. But we're working off of fanfic rules where I'm like, you don't have to establish stuff that's in the base game. You're allowed to be a little DLC shortcutter. I can't believe Anon is haunted by spooky ghosts. Why wasn't that in the tags? Put spooky ghosts in there. I ain't afraid of no bed. Oh, damn it, not again. Haunted by the apparitions of my past sins. Reminding me of my failure. In a moment of stunned... Oh, hi, Como. In a moment of stunned silence, I gaze across the room blankly. Snapping back to my senses. Well, now that I'm up about, I probably find some more ways to occupy myself. How are you paying for anything, Anon? How are you paying for anything? Your parents have not... Like, it's in anyone it's implied your parents don't give a shit. What money do you have? How do you have any money saved up? I mean, he's only been here for a week, but, like... I don't see Anon as the kind of guy who has a lot of money laying around. Honestly, the financial stress of someone dying is terrible. Like, funerals are not cheap. On top of everything else. Like, damn, man. Dying is the worst thing you can do to your family. If you're gonna kill yourself, please, don't do it. It'll be worse than if you're alive. In all circumstances. For all reasons. You might be like, no, this will make things... No, it doesn't make things easy for anyone. Not only are they gonna be sad because you're dead, they gotta do your fucking funeral. Shit sucks. Idiot. It's easy for you, you little lame-o. Oh. Superman floating next to a guy standing on top of the bridge. I'm gonna throw myself off. Ugh. Ugh, man. Would it kill you to not kill yourself? I guess it would, huh? Irony. Catch-22. Huh. I'd be a terrible Superman. That's why I'm not Superman. I'd probably do a better job at it. I talk to some people first. God damn it. Can you imagine being like a hero and you have to visit a psychologist like, hey, how do I handle rabbit dogs? Go like a vet trainer. Ugh. Ugh. Plus everyone gives you shit for doing it wrong. Anyway, let's see. Anon's trying to find things to occupy himself with because just looking at random forums online ain't doing this. Buddy, Anon, if you want a tip for me, there's a forum out there which will help you how to kill yourself. I don't know how that place is able to stay online or why it's able to publicize itself as it has, but, like, you can just go there. They'll help you. If you're gonna be a fucking coward and you're gonna complain about being a coward, you can at least be the uncoward in the situation. I'm just saying, Anon. I'm just saying, you've probably told people to do this. You might as well live up to the... You might as well not be a fucking hypocrite. You know? You might as well live up to it. Instead of looking at spooky ghosts going, oh man, I'm so spooked. Ugh. Okay, listen, I mentioned before that I'm kind of like, what is Anon's financial situation? If he's done with the crutch, it's been a while. You do not stop using a crutch in like a week. We're at the point where Anon's finances are like a question mark. Why that's what I'm thinking of, who knows? Although the doctors say my leg didn't heal as quickly as they thought it would. However, my wounded leg is the least of my troubles. Yeah, I imagine it is, man. Shouldn't you be stressed the fuck out over your finances over the fact that your life's gonna end? Like, I feel like Anon's the kind of person who's lived in enough financial stress that when he gets into the situation, he should be constantly worried about that. He should be constantly worrying, okay, at what point does the lease run out? At what point are my parents gonna show up? At what point's Ripley gonna put a bullet in my brain? Like, you've got so much to worry about, my man. I can't imagine you can sleep even with the fucking trauma. Like, even assuming this man does not give a shit about Fang or everyone getting shot up at school, he's got, like, legitimate concerns for his own health and well-being. I better go over to the kitchen with a slight limp. Almost tripped. What are you talking about, heal? If you're still limping. Almost tripping over the garbage room and the floors like a sheep. I don't think you could ever describe someone's garbage as a herd of sheep. Sheep are fluffy and stupid. So like I'm having guests. You never had guests, man. This is how the game started. So there's shit if it's messy. Entering the kitchen, I grab a jar of instant coffee and a mug from the counter. Dollar store brand, but it does the job. I open the jar. Don't do this. Don't do this. Just say you open it. Don't repeat nouns like this. I pour the contents into a cup before mixing with hot water from the sink. You have... or you're trying to shortcut it. A sturdy, unholy concoction with me. Hot water from the sink is not something you stick your finger in, man, to mix the contents. Just... Oh. One of the upsides of being too poor to afford a kettle is not to worry about burning yourself with coffee. Begin taking a sip of the lukewarm beverage to be greeted with the taste reminiscent of dirt, naturally sweet chemicals, and a familiar hint of what only be described as coffee. It'll have to do. God dang, Anon. I get it. You're very sad. I only get so much money from disability checks after the incident. I guess he is 18. It's pretty much my only income at this point. My grades took a volcano high weren't good enough to get into college. Plus, the army didn't want a shell-shocked cripple under their banner, leaving me the glamorous choice of begging the government for scraps. After that, my parents more or less threw me away. You got a second chance, so this is what you do with it? What a waste. Oh, your dad did talk to you. Ouch! I would love it if he was just imagining this. Like, I do feel that there is, like... I do feel that Anon's canon parents are kind of chill. They're alright. They're not the worst. I feel like Anon's imagining... I mean, to be fair, if... Like, they didn't know Anon caused this. Unless Anon told them explicitly, I don't think they would be like this. They'd be like, oh my god, my son was involved in a horrible accident! Why are you like this, Anon parents? Shouldn't you be like a little more considerate? I just feel like you're overselling this situation a little bit. Anyway, so much for loving parents. Putting me in this dumpster in an apartment in the shittiest part of town. Your parents are implied to be pretty poor, Anon. The fact that they were willing to shovel this much money into you at all says a lot. Barely even talking to me throughout the school. It's not like you tried. I think I'm too loud. We'll set it down a little lower. And neither of them visited their son. He was in a coma after getting shot. Maybe they visited you while you were in a coma, and they know it, and everyone has just been lying because they thought it was very funny. Forgotten and abandoned by those around me. Fitting punishment for someone like me, a loser. But, isn't it kind of weird? Like, wouldn't that be like the least punishment possible? Wouldn't the better punishment be that they start abusing you? It's like you get the people you want, but it's ironic. I don't know, it just feels like putting you back to where you started is a little bit lamer. Someone who treated the few that he cared like trash. An asshole. We've got too many spaces here. Someone whose ignorance of my girlfriend... Why is it your? Why are you switching pronoun perspective here? Someone whose ignorance of their girlfriend's pain caused the massacre. I deserve all of this. I need to take my mind off of this. Setting down the coffee mug, I move towards one of the cabinets and grab one of the pill bottles labeled Adderall. Oh no, it's snakes! Still, before I can open the bottle with sweet and comforting energy, I feel distinct like a weight from the bottle. My hand slumps over the counter. I roll down the floor and join a collection of trash that occupies my floor. Man, this is how it starts, and this is how it keeps going. Rapture, Jesus, help me. I was hoping that I wouldn't have to go out for at least another couple of days. Oh, the pharmacy isn't that far. So is the possibility of my leg giving out of me again. Someone robbing me, or God knows what else. Despite it all, I would still rather deal with any of those things happening than me fall asleep again and be forced to relive that day again. I'm actually not familiar with what Adderall is used for. I thought Adderall was like one of those autism drugs. Does it have like antipsychotic effects? Because that feels kind of like what you're dealing with. What the hell is this? What the hell? Why is now the time I learn about this? It's for concentration. Okay, so it lets him put his mind somewhere else. My mind made up, he grabs his wallet, pack of cigarettes, his keys, heads out the door. Everyone let the trip over all that trash. Oh man, it's the spooky ghosts. Also, this man really loves having too many spaces. Naomi staring at me with arms folded, shooting me a venomous look. The same look she showed me right before the prom at Fang's house. She's not real. She's dead. Nothing more than a nightmare.
Oh, how pathetic! Bad enough you messed things up with Fang and got us all killed, but this is what you decide to do with your life.
I turn away from her, walk towards the exit. You are literally at the door, man. I mean, I guess the exit of the building is also everything, but whatever. She's all in your head. It's all bullshit.
No, what's bullshit is how you managed to fuck up a relationship that was practically handed to you after every string I pulled.
Naomi continues to rant.
How are you this much of a loser?
I've had enough of this shit. My front door is open and everyone in this building can hear me, but I'm gonna talk at a spooky ghost. I turn around and raise an accusing finger towards her. What the hell do you know, Naomi? You're dead! She sneers in angry response, takes a few steps forward. 1 step forward and 2 steps back.
I know that if you stayed with that trashy little school you crowed out of, maybe Nasser and I would still be alive. Maybe Fang would still be alive too.
She's right. Deep down, I know she's right. But it might also be my indigestion. However, I can't help but clench a fist at her callousness. Anon, it's a fucking ghost made of your own imagination. Why do you think she's gonna be anything but nice, but mean? She's gonna be mean, man. It's just a spooky ghost. As the rage bubbles inside of me towards the figment of my own imagination. Like, it feels a little weird that Anon would be bothered by ghosts at all. Anon, if you forgot, is a character that explicitly, like, keeps to himself for a lot of it. Like, he swallows his shit all the time. So it's really weird to take a character like that and make him angry at ghosts in his own head. I feel like he'd just go, God damn it. It's like when I've talked to myself and called myself a loser, but now it's a person. Nothing strange, though. I feel like it would work better if Anon actually believed there were ghosts. Like, if you start off with he knows they're not ghosts, it immediately undercuts some of the tension. I don't know, man. I just feel like you should start with they're real ghosts. Or be ambiguous about it at the minimum. Get out of my head, you peach-colored cunt! Say, my voice dripping with vitriol. No, I thought you call people fucking peach-colored cunts and you talk with stress and emphasis when you're happy and you're glad to see them. I just feel like you're doubling down on something that needs no doubling down. The ghosts are real in Ghost in the Snoot. Yeah, but that's a different fucking... I should have done that one, shouldn't I? I don't want to do art right now. I don't want to draw a background, and I need one. Otherwise, what's it all... What is it? You know what? I'm going to look up... I'm going to look up Ghost in the Snoot. I'm going to look up Ghost in the Snoot, because I just want to... I think I remember reading that one a little bit. Wah! Oh, yeah. God. What a mouthy first chapter. Oh, yeah, it's the fucking pick. I mean, that's some good art they got. I kind of want to read that now. Mostly because I like having stupid ghosts around. Fuck it. Is it on the docket? If it's on the docket, if it is on the docket, I'm pushing it to the top of the docket. And in the meantime, I'm gonna say, boom, 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 boom. I want ferrets in my... They're cute, man. Listen, have you ever seen a ferret? Those things are cute. They're little stinky dorks. God damn it. God damn it. Ghost in the Snoot is not on my to-read list. I'm putting it up there. I think I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna put it on there. Because I want a spooky ghost story. Take this. Cut that part out. There we go. Where is Fallen Down? English translation. And I guess I'll put Infamous on there too, because I feel like it. It's not even done. It's not even done! What am I doing with my life? Having fun, at least that is. Actually, I need to update this thing in general. Put up a new one. Maybe I can find some time to draw, but for now, I've been busy catching up, because I had a bunch of stuff pre-recorded and I need to record more stuff. Bye-bye, Colo! And Stukanuki said, damn, those ghosts are real. Holy cannoli! They're actually spooky ghosts! Maybe I can use Evelyn on that for once. She chuckles at my statements and proceeds to reach into her pocket until she's gripping something from the outline of her hands in the pocket. It doesn't fucking matter. It's just have her stick her head. You don't have to explain that part. Either it's evident from future actions or it's not relevant. It doesn't fucking matter.
Struck a nerve, did I? Well, this gives me an idea.
She pulls something from her pocket. A revolver. That revolver. Oh no.
Let me make this easier for you. Do you think you'll stop it in this time?
The apparition faces me with a sadistic smirk as she lifts the pistol and presses it to the side of her head, cocking the hammer. I can't take this anymore. I have things to do today. I turn away and continue to march to the ends of the hallway, ignoring Naomi's taunts. Weren't you standing at your front door like 2 seconds ago?
Never forget, you did this. You deserve everything else coming to you.
Naomi growls before her words are overshadowed by a more powerful sound. Ba-bang. You know, Arthur, Emoto's kitten boy wife, you're right. Naomi hasn't changed a bit since she died. Gosh, could you at least change personalities when you're dead? This isn't Persona 3. Cause my mind is too fast for eyes. And he shoots the gun 3 times at Anna. He's like, ah! Mistake, they'll turn around, but see no body. Ball plays with a dull grin rather than the blades of a former classmate. You already know they're not ghosts! Stop pretending they are. Like, if you want to go with that, I would prefer that you have Anon doubt it. I would prefer... Just, if you're in the POV, right, you can write Anon being doubtful. You are allowed to be like, I just don't know anymore. Like, I'm seeing them so much. Are they really spooky ghosts? Am I haunted by true spooky ghosts? Can I convince myself at this point? I don't know. A real psychosis, you don't know. That's the magic trick. It's all in your head. It's all in your head. It's all in your head. Sure of myself, as I continue to make my way towards the exit. After a good... Hold on. We need to switch to a slightly. Let's go for... Skin Russell. I miss Skin Russell. It's been a while. Finally, we've left the tutorial room. Gosh, dang it. It's been too much. After a good 15 minutes of walking through the twilight dimmed street... Why? Twilight doesn't dim. It's light. It's brightness. That's like saying it's the light dimmed streets. You could say dim twilight, I guess, but... Streets of Skid Row finally made it to the pharmacy. The walk was surprisingly less arduous than I thought it was. I was worried my leg would completely be the CFO if I were to walk this long, but the streets seem rather tight. Well, that's why people make streets. They're easy to walk on. Making me feel less stressed and about forgetting my pocket knife at home. I thank my better instincts for going when it wasn't completely dark, and, well, my leg one wouldn't jump a cripple, right? I don't know, maybe? Enough of that. We gotta have some souls. Very important if you plan on walking or a particular... Be gone! Kinda wanna look at chapter 2. Oh man, there's more art in this. It's really rare to see things that have art in chapter 2. Arlo... Wait a minute. That name sounds familiar. This man wrote Tory Game. But he also wrote Inco Noted. Oh well. DVS Pharmacy. The lights for the V burned out. Dark Souls! I took a look at the pharmacy's dinged up sign before entering. Yes! You just read it to us! Lovely. Like, just fuck it. If you cut the sentence out, it becomes better. Cut the sentence out. Your writing gets tighter and sexier. Sexy. Entering the establishment, I was greeted with a messy and disheveled-looking pharmacy. The shelves are rather disorganized and missing a lot of stock. The sound of whatever Zuma garbage is currently popular on the radio, echoing throughout the store. Let's give him the benefit of a new fic, new me. How much time is in between these fics anyway? Let's see. Ghost in the Snoot. I think that's... No. Dory game. Dory game was January completed, but started in June of the year before that. Ghost in the Snoot started later, it's been updated since then, so we'll never know! I'm gonna give him benefit of the doubt because, again, I have a soft spot for stupid bullshit. I want me some spooky ghosts. God damn it! Why are none of the tags? That shit's supernatural. You're writing a story about spooky ghosts. Why isn't there a tag for spooky ghosts? If I write a fic like that, I put in a spooky ghost tag. If only because I want to put a tag that says spooky ghosts. Oh. Damn. There's nothing else I need to get here other than my Adderall, so I don't really give a shit about what the store looks like. Then why are you paying attention to it? Like, this is a lot of description to give for a thing you don't care about. I just need to get my meds and get out of it. Just say it's garbage and tacky and leave it at that. When I make my way to the counter, I see the pharmacist casually scrolling through her phone. She's a tech. They're not as fancy. While sitting in a chair with her feet kicked up on the counter. It's a bright early actress a few years older than me, I think. Why are we describing this this like, background character? Stop. You're putting a lot of detail in things that don't matter. Shouldn't this be like a very short visit that Anon barely remembers because he's fucking scared of ghosts? This is my usual hookup. Where the hell is he? Someone say something? Of course, I was fucking mumbling. I made her pick up my prescription for Adderall. I reply to her while caught off guard by my loose lips. They sank ships, you know. I reply with a sigh. She replies with a sigh, gets up from a chair, and grabs a clipboard sitting on one of the desks beside her, looks at the contents. Name? Anon Moose. She had a good turns and answers, scans the clipboard before I got another time. And what's the purpose of your prescription? What the fuck? Famous pharmacy never asked me that shit. I decided so interested. Don't give a good reason. I need them for my narcolepsy. Getting in the way of my studies. Spaghetti spillage averted. I don't think you averted anything, buddy. So I thought it's my pharmacist. Shoots me a calmness and look at my answer. Did she throw a film? Is it your third versus this month? Your narcolepsy isn't listed here. Shit. I didn't expect it to be this perceptive. I didn't expect her to give this much of a shit if she's on her phone the whole time while there's a customer in the store. Considering I had some indigos in well browsing the U-Snoot and Rex Rocks or whatever normal people waste their time on these days. And you are on YouTube. Shut up. She's staring with a furrowed brow, waiting for my answer. They said I could come today. So Raptor seems unamused with my answer. Edon, do not overdo your prescription! You idiot! This is your fault! Briefly glancing at the clipboard before turning to stare. See, what I think's going on is you're making up shit. There's a way to make sure you get your fix. Is Adderall a drug that counts as a fix, though? Doesn't sound that exciting. Saying as how you've been there, so tell you what, why don't you come back once you can't get a handle on things, okay, Chunky? No wonder he's hallucinating. And you're not hallucinating because you're off your Adderall. You're hallucinating because you're on your Adderall. Turns out you had it the wrong way around. That's tragic. That's fucking tragic. It's like you think you're taking drugs to get rid of something and you're only making it worse. Ew. My face goes red at that response. What the hell is the problem? Fucking piss-stained meteor dodger? Hell, that's a nice one. The face color matches mine as a glare intensifies, bordering on rage. Of course I mumbled that. And, you need to get a grip on this. So is there anything else I can help you with? Or are you just gonna waste my time? That's nice being receiving into that, huh? Still, I'm not really in a position to be picking fights right now. I can always find another place to get more meds. Turn around and walk towards the exit, while flashing the bit on my way out. Fucking bitch. I thought you wanted drugs, Anon. You're literally here for your drugs you're using too much of. God, your lack of self-awareness is totally on point for ending one. I love it. My thoughts are interrupted as an unknown force slams into me from the right, knocking me against the glass door. Fuck it. Having an arm injury could be fun too. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, so sorry.
Why does this sound familiar? Lifting myself up using the door as support while posting most of my weight on my non-crippled leg. I try to investigate my mysterious attacker.
Anon?
Wait, Stella? I recognize that stegosaurus from anywhere. Since I knew her for half a year. Lime green scales, verdant hair bands, wearing what appears to be an FMA-styled shirt and rather plain pair of shorts and white sneakers. Why are we describing her fucking shoes? Glad to see that she's got a better taste in anime, at least. I mean, to be fair, I've been reading FMA, and it's like, low on my read list. I don't know. It's too tense. It's not as breezy a read as some other things. It makes me go, oh boy. It's the first time I've seen her since high school. She might be, it's a compliment, by the way. She might be a little odd, but she was one of the few people at Volcano High that seemed genuinely friendly to me, in her own unique way. And I called her weird. Why was I such a dick to her? Because you're Anon, that's the whole point. Although when I look at her now, I don't see the socially awkward yet bubbly Steko. This little girl looks like she just saw a ghost, reminder from a painful past. The green in her face turning white as she was paralyzed with fear. Why does that feel like you're doubling up on something? I don't know what's going on. Pretty sure I haven't described her as paralyzed before. She says slowly while backing away. Turns out the ghosts are real and they're surrounding you. They're giving you little hugs and kisses, and it's really awkward in public. Then she quickly turns around and runs in a direction behind her. That implies she's running backwards away from me. She's just say she's running away from you. You don't need this. Stop this. Stop adding detail that just ruins your flow. You're almost there, buddy. You're so close. It's like playing Death Stranding, you know. Death Stranding is like writing. Why do I have this effect on the women? Well, bluntly, why did she become that scared when she saw me for the first time in months? I only talked like a handful of times. It's not like I really knew her that well to make that big of an impression on her. Still, Stella would be one of the closest things I consider to be an old friend at this point. I would have hoped that our reunion would be less depressing. Not that I'm surprised. I need to make a fucking music list for this or something, I don't know. It's not that one. Night's Not Done? No, that's a whole different one, Safi. You're thinking of a B-side, maybe. Man. Wani has more music at the very least. It's got that going for it. How can I concentrate? The ghosts are whispering gay propaganda into my ear. Ah! My inner monologue is cut short by the obnoxious laughter emerging from the store. So you can see the cunt of a pharmacist pointing and laughing at me. Have I really been staring at you that long? Done here anyway, good riddance. Let go of the door and continued my perilous and... thank God you described him letting go of the door. I thought he was taking the door with him home. During my perilous journey back to my apartment where I can relax without any Adderall, just falling asleep again. Fuck my life! On my way home, I found myself alone with my thoughts, passing through the roughed-up buildings and graffiti-painted signs that I previously made myself familiar with. Many things have been clouding my mind of late. Financial situation. There should be a column there, because you're explaining a list. Trying to find a source to get my pills from, and also trying to make it home without getting murdered. But why is it that bumping into someone I barely knew is fucking with my head the most? I haven't really given much thought to friendship after high school. I always find a way to fuck up everything one way or another. And after what happened, what I caused to happen, no, never again. After all, Stella's reaction proves everything I've worried about reconnecting with friends. Rosa probably feels the same way with Reed and Trish, especially her. Never forget you did this. Never forget you did this. You deserve everything coming to you. She's absolutely right. Not that I have any shits to give, at least. Fuck. My pity party comes to an abrupt stop as I feel a brutal force of a blunt implement smashing into my leg. My crippled leg. Oh shit, I think this is where Trish shows up. Come on, Trish! Kill him! My pity party comes to an abrupt end and a violent stop. To an abrupt and violent stop as I feel the brutal force of a blunt object smashing into my leg. My crippled leg. I feel like if you're gonna make a sentence that's this fucking overloaded, you don't do this. Don't add this on top. Just go with your crippled leg. Like, you're already really laying it on thick. A blunt object. Yes, you just described a blunt object. Comes towards... Just say the blunt object. It works way better. It's the same fucking thing. It comes towards my leg again, hitting the leg brace. Why are you still wearing a brace? I thought your crutch... Whatever, I don't know what's going on. Hitting the leg brace and filling the air with the sound of metal striking metal, along with whatever left of my leg brace hitting the ground in shattered pieces. The pain is so intense, the leg feels like it's been lit on fire. I fall on my back where I can briefly watch a glimpse of my attacker. A menacing figure in a short stature and a grey coat, with a face obscured by a paintball mask. I can only stare at them in shock as they move close, their gloved hands gripping the blood-stained bat. Behind the obscure figure I see Fang? Why are they standing behind them? Leering at me with a cold blood instead. Oh, wait! Oh, shut the fuck up! Figure spits at me with a muffled voice. How do you spit something at someone if you're also muffled? As she interrupts my cries, the shift kick to my face, knocking me out. +2 battery crippling. Anon, you might be overdoing your Adderall prescription, but your cripple prescription is long overdue. Anyway, stupid Pete. Anyway, Anon's getting his shit kicked in, and then Rosa shows up because, remember, we're technically writing something with hope. Don't just stand there, help me get him in the van. Vamos. I finally come to my senses, fading in and out of consciousness. My eyes are greeted by the sight of a car seat to my right. When did I get in the car? Up from before, a surge of pain comes out of my abdomen. Some groan in response. Oi, piano. Should that be a question? I look at the direction of the voice and I see none other than Rosa in the driver's seat, looking at me with a concerned expression. Wait, when did she... Rosa, what happened? Damn. That's the talk. Before responding, she pulls the car over to the side of the road. She leans slightly out of her seat to face me, her attire consisting of a dark orange hoodie with some orange flower print across the chest. Thinks I like a botany knowledge, I don't know which flower it is. Gracias, Raptor Jesus. We found you. You're getting beat up by some on the street near the pharmacy. Where Stella found you. Wait, Stella? Rosa responds by nodding over to the car seat next to her. This gesture prompts me to shift my position so I can get a view of it. There's Stella, curled into a ball in the passenger seat, arms around her knees. Buried in her lap, she quietly sobs. She tries to say with a shaky and muffled voice while bursting into tears. Is she crying? I was scared that much earlier. Did I? Not te preocupes. It's not what you did to Stella's been. The voice trailing off. So she's trying to figure out how to deliver the following words with tact. She looks at Stella with sympathy, then returns the gaze to me. No, it's the wrong one. It'll do for now. She has been through a lot of pain since that day happened. I honestly know what day it... You don't have to tell us, man. How one bad day and one shitty boyfriend caused innocent people to die. Well, Anon, if you think about it, it took place over multiple days, really. And God knows how many lives were destroyed. It looks like you've been through a lot of pain yourself, no? Rosa's would break me out of my brief contemplation. She's gazing towards my leg, which now is a bloodstained bandage. My leg brace nowhere to be found. It's my fucking luck. Those cost more than what I get in a month. My gaze returns to the bandage covering my leg. Mi madre gave me a first aid kit to keep in my car, so I did what I could to stop the bleeding. Who did this to you, unknown? What kind of person and axe would attack an injured chico and leave them to die in the streets? Rosa's words with a flare of concern. What the fuck? What do you mean, Rosa's words? Oh, wait, they flare. Rosa's words. Why don't you say her words? Why do you have to make it a weird one? The words flare with a mix of concern and fury. Why flare? Are you talking about F-L-A-R-E? Because that's a different one. You mean flare up, which is R-E. Have to ask Mr. Streamer, do you think E1 Trish messed with Fong's guitar before prom? I always felt that was heavily implied, and it also makes sense. And I'm just going to put this down. I feel like if the story is going to go with one bad day and it being coincidence after coincidence, it doesn't work. It needs to be Trish who does it, because it is in line with Trish. It is what Trish would have done to propagate themselves. It basically lets, it's everything Trish wants. It makes the story way more about intentions and actions, which is kind of important. It's not a story about random events. So I feel that if you interpret it to be just random, the story becomes a little lamer. On the other hand, I can kind of see it not being the case because Trish does seem legitimately upset about everything that happens. But, I think a school shooting would make anyone legitimately upset about what happened. General reaction takes me aback. Why would anyone be this concerned over what happened to me? Besides, neither of them visit me in the hospital. Why would anyone sort of give a fuck about me now? But my pitiful inner monologue is interrupted by Rosa's continued glance. She's just expecting an answer by my suspected attacker. I struggled to answer while trying to describe the attacker. So I'm gonna get a brief glance before I lost consciousness. A feminine voice, some sort of mask, and see you on the short side. Of course. God, I'm retarded!
It doesn't matter right now. We need to report this to the police here.
That was a statement pulled out of my thoughts. There's no point. The police aren't gonna do anything for someone like me anyway. I don't think it's really about you as much as the person that, I don't know, and on. You are a white man. You get a little more than most do. Also, weren't you in the news as like a hero a little while ago? I feel like the actual thing that would get in the way is the fact that you have to deal with Ripley. I feel like Ripley would be the obstacle in this situation. Like, you have a reputation. People would probably do something for you. They're attacking the hero who stopped the killer? Oh no! I say with a mixture of pain and exhaustion in my voice. Like, you were hounded by paparazzi, man. You've got a rep. This sours Rosa's expression as she motions to my leg again.
We have to take her to the hospital. The pierna todavía está en muelas. Es muy mal estado.
Is that really what you call someone's state? I'm really glad English guys don't confuse kind of remember back from high school. I mean, you can interpret a lot from context, Anna. Rosa, I don't have any insurance. With little money I have wouldn't even cover the hospital. It wouldn't even cover the doctor getting into the room. Rosa's expression seemed to go from determined to uncertain. At the same time, she begins to mumble something to herself in Spanish. I'm glad I'm not the only one who does that.
Rosa, isn't your mom a doctor?
Stella softly chimes in, snapping Rosa out of her mumbling. I can tell Rosella begins to contemplate Rostella's suggestion as she rubs her wrist.
It is not her area of expertise, but I'm sure mi madre would be able to help with Annon's injury.
You can just call her Mama. Like, that's a thing in Spanish. It's not so formal.
Mi madre medico.
She nods to Stella. Before I can interject with anything, she faces the windshield and turns the key in the ignition, causing the van's engine to roll.
Do not worry, Annon will be there soon.
No te muevas. Don't move, you idiot! I don't think you have to tell him that. She calls out, shifting her eyes towards the mirror. Why didn't they just leave me? Why the fuck don't you just end the chapter here? You've got a perfect fucking cliffhanger, you dingus! You could have gotten so many more views and clicks if you didn't write like an idiot. Come on. What's going on with this freaking music? Finally arrived at Rosa's house after driving for half an hour. The car ride was rather uneventful. Rosa caught on how painful it was for me, and I insisted I saved my voice in an argument there. On the other hand, Stella managed to stop crying when she withdrew a pair of headphones from her bag, immersing herself in her own world, attempting to soothe herself. I can't help but wonder what happened to make her so frightened. I don't know, Anon. She was also at school, probably. Maybe she saw one of the bodies. She doesn't look crippled. She survived. Did she know anyone that died? I've only ever seen her hang out with Rose and the Microraptor a couple of times. Although it's strongly implied that Fang did not have a reload and only had 6 shots, which is why Fang is out of ammo and there are about 5 bodies you can see. So you can go with Fang only had 6 shots to work with. In which case, no one else other than the people that we saw died, excluding Anon, who just got shot.
Okay, we're here.
Don't you mean somos aquí? I'm just saying, man. All I'm saying is that in Spanish, apparently, it's perfectly normal to just ignore the subject of a sentence. It's really weird. Rosa's announcement pulls me out of my thoughts. I glance at her house and the general surroundings. Fawn got that. McCree, ultimate, ready. God damn, that explains where the reload came from. A beige-colored house adorned in cobblestone, situated on the quieter parts of Old Caldera Bluffs, away from the sea. Away! I must escape from the city. And overlooking the countryside. The lawn that lay before the house could only be described as immaculate, accompanied by a small but beautiful garden that crept underneath the house's windows, displaying a composition of various colors and plants. Considering how passionate Rosa was about gardening back at Volcano High, it makes sense that her passion would carry back to her at home.
Stella, I need you to help me get Anne on the inside, okay?
Rosa requests of her friend, completely devoid of the authoritative presence that I'd noticed from her requests in the past. What else nothing else?
Blech.
Now I just need something a bit meh. It's just not meh. Stella silently replies with a nod before refusing to return her glance. Two exit the car and make their way towards me. The door opens, and I see a pious Ancleo grip me. Unlike a typical outfit from when I knew her at Volcano High, the hoodie was accompanied by clean jeans and fall boots, contrasting with skirts and sandals that she often wore. Which makes sense as the days get colder and we head back into November. You met her in fucking February, man. You met her when it was cold. Rosa begins to help me out while attempting not to put any weight on my further crippled leg.
Si atato anon, I got you.
She calls out and moves to my right side to offer support while Stella accompanies my left. Thanks, I struggle to say as I put my arms on both their shoulders, and the two proceed to help me make the journey inside. From the 10 feet in front of us, from 10 feet in front of us, the door opens, revealing a middle-aged Anglo woman of medium height, Rosa's mother. By the way, I read chapter 1 and 2, I think, but like a long time ago. And I just know that so far, I might not have said much. I might have been kind of like flipping about some of the text, but so far, I like it. I like it. I like it. I mean, we're moving. Shit's happening. And I've always said that, like, one of the worst things you could do is have nothing interesting happens. Man. Well, I have to bother some people that I know. It's all right. By the way, I'm not having issues. It's just like the tiniest tickle in the back of my throat, and it's like, you do anything, buddy, I'll jump out. Dios mío, ¿qué le pasó a tu amigo, niña? She asks her daughter with a great deal of concern in her voice.
Lo atacaron en la calle y la
Desasirion la pierna, mamá. Rosa calls out while trying to help me indoors.
Oh dear. Set him down on the couch and we'll have a look. I'll be back in a moment.
She addresses us as we finally make our way indoors, presumably switching to English so Stella understands the directions. And this wouldn't have happened to you if you didn't get Fong to play Fistful of Frags with that. Listen, we can all make our own theories. We can already make our own theories on whose fault it is. But we all know it's Anon's fault. After entering, we took a ride into the living room. This was adorned with the typical Latino... What the fuck does that mean? Decor, along with a cross hanging above the TV. Shouldn't that be included in the typical decor, if anything? Also see a handful of framed pictures of Rosa and her family. Judging by the other actors in the stories, looks like she has a brother and a sister.
Over here, Anon. Ahí estamos.
Rose's mother enters the room with a medical kit, a bottle of pills, and a bottle of water. She sits them aside and faces me. I don't know if you would put bottle of pills and bottle of water like that. It feels kind of weird to have two bottles and they're like very different bottles. It's all going to be okay. Unknown, is it? Yeah, thank you, doctor. I pause mid-sentence. Don't think I've ever learned Rose's last name. It's Castillo. Castillo. That's Calle, so it's Castillo. She replies with a chuckle. It's okay, Nino. You can just call me Miss Castillo. Mrs. Castillo? Mrs. Castillo? Just Anon's an asshole. Mrs. Castillo redirects her attention towards my miss of a leg. How the hell did you know how that was spelt, Anon? Listen, I know enough Spanish to know how they're written if I hear them said. Redirects her attention to my mess of a leg, noticing the now bloodstained bandage applied by her daughter. Slight rip off the jeans about the affected area, and the slight tone of denim reminding me of the past I'm doing not too long ago. Why are you wearing the pants you have with the bullet hole? Don't you have, like, bulk shit? You can throw away one set, man. I'm afraid there's not much I can do here, Anon. But the best I can do is maybe clean the wound, apply some new bandages, and give you something to help with the pain. He says with a tinge of regret in her voice. She reaches over to the medical kit and withdraws a pair of bandages, gauze pads, and other medical supplies. I've seen so many first aid kits appear in the typical boomer shooters that I waste my days with, but to actually see what's inside is no experience. Wait a minute, you're not allowed to have this on there. It's like, what are you talking about, Alan? Why is there a red cross on this? I download Doom and there's a pill on it because they say, oh, well, we can't put the cross on there because the red cross gets all pissy about it. Alan, this is just a bag. That's what I'm talking about. Would you give us a moment, please? I think Anon would appreciate a little privacy for the process. He turned her head to address the two. We're both standing by the door frame and observing the two of us. Just the two of us. Anon, what the fuck are you on? I need my Adderall. I can't concentrate. Rosa's a single sister and brother, bigged out. Everyone knows that a Latino family has an absurd amount of girls and then one boy because they just wanted a boy and they couldn't get one and they just kept having girls. See, Mama. Rosa replies in a mother tongue. Heh! Shut up, Anon, that's dumb. Displaying a level of concern in her eyes towards me. I mean, to be fair, that's such a fucking American thing to say because I only speak English. Like, to me, it's like, that's just goofy. Okay. Rosa takes Stella by the hand, gives me a reassuring nod before heading to another room with Stella. My footsteps become fainter and fainter. So, fun fact, I have been writing of late, right? I've been doing writing. I just haven't... I haven't uploaded anything, is the problem. I don't know why. I just haven't uploaded anything. I'm just a big fat idiot. I'm a big baby. Add a someone receiving electrical damage. Hell yeah. Oh damn! The thermoelectric generator can now be fueled using the control right click. Hell yeah, baby! That's all I ever wanted. I need to copy some stuff because I got a new idea for a thing. I'm gonna probably poke on my. I'm thinking about making a work on the thing that's like exclusively shit that I write that I will never finish, and it's like, here's an idea I had and here's how much work I got done on it. Here's the first chapter, I guess. Go ahead and laugh. Shit, that could have almost caused a disturbance in my recording. I forget I can't use the numpad like this. Woo! God, that's a shitty title. Safi, that's a bad title. Why would you do that? There. I'll put in the tags spooky ghosts. I mean, I don't think I'm going to use tags for this because they're going to be one big work. Alright, where were we? Well, I was coughing my lungs out. We all know that part. Rose takes Stella by the hand, and they move out and move on. Oh boy, I love my Forbidden Whip folder. Grows monthly. Up top, boy. Up top, down low. In the middle. Too slow. Like, I wanna open and save this image, but I know it's gonna open where you can see it, and I'll feel like a big bingus. Some rather... Hold up. We need a, like, moderate song right now. That's not moderate. This'll do. Some rather awkward time passes. Turns out that the gash was caused by the leg brace and must have dug itself into my skin when it was destroyed. Thankfully, Rosa's mother has managed to disinfect the wound and apply some new bandages. However, my left leg is once again fractured, and now I have no leg brace or crutches, just my fucking luck. However, I'm surprised by how she treated me. She didn't treat me like some delinquent or burden, but rather as a guest. She opened a house to me and showed genuine concern and kindness when any hospital would have thrown me out for not having insurance. It's a miracle I was able to take care of that bill when I got shot. I'm pretty sure, I always like to imagine that the town hall took care of that for him. Or is debt still coming? Is that a crying cat emoji? That's a crying cat emoji? That's a crying cat emoji. What? Oh my god, there is a crying face, cat face. Crying cat. My goodness. What a wacky world we live in. Where were we? As my eyes lazily wandered the rooms of the Castillo household, there were slow footsteps emerging from the hallway. Hola, Ano. How are you holding up? Just say está bien, man. Anna knows. She asks for holding a mug that emanates a comforting ray of steam. You can't say steam! That's water vapor! Emerging from the cup. Stella followed right behind her, holding a cup of her own with both hands. I brought you some tea. It's chamomile, she says, handing me the beverage. I've actually been the one for tea before, but I imagine it's a vast upgrade over the boiled dirt that I've been drinking that passes for coffee at home. Have you been keeping yourself up by drinking too much coffee? Man, those are some cat emoji. Hell yeah. Kitty kitty. I love kitties. I love little dumb cats. Oh, gosh. What the hell's happening? Oh. Apparently Blue Sky doesn't do moderation, and people are getting mad. Fair enough. If you want to get no moderation, you might as well go back to Twitter. It was me. Why did you two save me? Oh wait, whoops, I'm wrong. Raise my cup to my lips. Taste is rather pleasant, silky smooth, with gentle notes of honey and apple. Why the fuck is there an apple in here? I'll grab this next time I go out. Maybe it'll be better for you than your Adderall. I rest my cup on the coffee table. It's a coffee table, not a tea table, you fucking moron. Sitting in front of me, there's my host and saviors. Why is there only one host? Thanks, Rosa. You really didn't have to do all this for me. Says she and Stella sit down on the couch adjacent to me. But, why? Why did you two save me? Rosa seemed taken aback by my question. Anon! I am a child of Jesus. I couldn't just leave you dying on the street. It is the poor we must take care of. Yeah, you say that, but I'm pretty sure your parents voted for the guy who wanted to give everyone a flamethrower to kill the poor with. Well, you know you can't have everything. There are two platforms in this country, Anon. One says we should not murder people, but they are not in front of Christ. So what choices do I have? I don't know, you can make your own fucking party. Like, locally, you can do that. Like, I guess the presidential election's a little beyond that, but locally, you can make your own fucking party, you moron! Oh, I never thought of that. Why are you relying on these fucking assholes who have none of your interests at heart and keep kicking you out of the country? Why are you this fucking stupid? Why do people go to democratic countries and they're all like, nobody does what I want? It's like, make your own fucking party. Like, you don't have to win the fucking presidency to get some shit done around here. God damn. That's me being pissed about local politics. My local politics, not yours. God damn. It's like, bitch, you can make your own fucking party in this country. Do it. You might even get some fucking seats. You might even be in a coalition. Wouldn't that be great? And even locally you can do shit. Jesus fucking Christ. Ugh. Why do you think every party sucks ass? It's because only the assholes who want to get some shit out of politics are making fucking parties. Jesus. Thanks, Rosa. You don't have to do all this for me.
What do you mean, why did we save you? Deje sería mucho daño! We didn't just leave a friend to die in the streets.
Hicieron. That's right. Huh? Next time my town is electing a mayor, I'm planning on running. Put in a joke one. Everyone loves voting for a dog. A friend. After all this time, they consider me an amigo?
Actually, I consider you more of an amiga.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know, Anna, but you're so weak and soft and squishy that I can't possibly see you as a man.
But damn it! Actually, that could work to my advantage. People don't hit girls, do they?
Well, a girl would hit a girl.
After the way I ruined and abused the flowers the first time we met, and after how shitty I was to Stella, I was just happy to meet someone who shared a love of anime and did nothing but try to be my friend. But after what Fang did to everyone, because of what I failed to stop, why won't they just hate me?
Of course we consider you a tres niño stupido.
The uppercase, man. The Spanish don't... I know they're not the Germans when it comes to making everything uppercase, but... even in a stupor of self-pity, I can't stop mumbling.
I knew you never meant to destroy my flowers. Accidents happen. I could tell underneath all of the text.
You wouldn't, but just lost. You plan to convert me?
See.
Well, at least you're honest. Rosa would echo throughout the room with a mixture of exasperation and compassion.
And don't you for a second blame yourself for what that puta satanica de mierda did. That was not on you. Not for 1 second, Anon.
No, I fucked up, Rosa. I fucked up real bad. I've been a better friend to those around me and not put myself before others. Technically, you put yourself before others in the sense that you just didn't give a shit. Like you were apathetic, not malicious. Things could have been different, which is kind of what your sentence implies. My eyes became strained and the tightness in my chest increasing like a vice as I struggled to contain my composure. You struggled to maintain your composure. Your posure is the containing, you idiot! Slap him on the head. Stop making these rookie mistakes. I'm gonna call you a rookie. TLDR, the top rats of Blue Sky are throwing public tantrums because everything they post gets repeatedly buried by dunking attempts for their repeated insistence on ignoring the presence of known shitlords and transphobes like Jesse Singal. Despite more than once this leading to harassment campaigns on and off site. B, for a spate of extremely stupid bans and time-ons in the following of Charlie Kirk's death for people saying, yeah, no, it was a shirt. Oh. Rip Blue Sky, you truly were Twitter too. Ha! Man, I'm honestly baffled. I thought, you know, running Blue Sky should have been like a slam dunk of lessons learned. You get to copy the whole fucking code base of Twitter. All the good ideas and make the better ideas. And all you have to do is not be stupid. And they're fucking, Jesus, man. This is what I mean. If you rely on everyone else making shit for you, only idiots and losers are gonna make it. The reason politics sucks is the only people who go into politics fucking suck. Go into politics. Fuck. Why do you think they're all old? Because you're not in there, you young, strapping individual. I don't care what your politics are. As his eyes met my own, and I remained focused on them for what I felt like a deterrent. You're not dating Rosa, you're going for Stella. Get your head straight. After a few seconds, her eyes point towards the ground again and she sighs. It looks as if she's about to speak, but she's cut off by her neighbor.
I don't need you, Anon.
Saw me, a sympathetic word emerged from Stella. They emerged from Stella. Past tense, you already heard the words. Sitting beside Rosa, she stares vacantly at the cop she's clasping with both hands. I feel like honestly, if the biggest problem I'm having with this fic so far is that this guy has no grasp of the English language, thank God that's the only problem. I'm thankful that's the problem. I would much rather have bad English over bad plot writing. God damn. Why not both? People with money are not smart, and smart people don't waste any money on train sets. You want to tell the group how much money you spent on your latest Merkling train, Arthur? You can tell us about the Merkling train. You can tell us all about the green gribble you bought for the new trees you're making. You can tell us. We will only laugh at you, and I promise no more. Just a hearty laugh.
I forgive you for acting the way you did towards me, and I'm sorry I ran away from you earlier.
Rosa continued without looking in my direction, gazing at the warm cup. How would you know it's warm?
This insight.
She finally looks up at me, her eyes telling a story of fear, pain, and sorrow. The struggling look at her face just tells me everything. Yeah, that's what you fucking said 5 seconds ago. She wants to elaborate further and explain why she's become so withdrawn and meek compared to the bubbly and socially awkward fortune teller I remember her as. That sentence needs a follow-up, even if it's but she can't. Rosa looks at her with sympathy and takes it as an opportunity to regain control of the conversation. She takes hold of Stella's hand and squeezes it.
What's the Anna is trying to say, Anon, is that she has been...
Rosa briefly pauses, thinking carefully of how to continue her explanation, and again turns towards Stella.
Going through a great deal of pain since the incident, like I told you earlier. She's been finding it difficult to talk to people that she isn't used to.
Oh my fucking... Listen, hold up. I'm gonna put little beans down. Hold up. We're at Beans Down Station 1. Sorry, I need to take a drink. If this becomes a fic about Anon fixing Stella, I'm out. If it's a fic about the two of them finding strength in each other, I'm in. This can be done poorly so fucking fast. Anon is haunted by spooky ghosts. If Anon doesn't get to suffer, and Stella doesn't get to fix his shit, and they get to fix each other's shit, I'll be mad. The street goes both ways. The street goes both ways. It's not an Einbahn.
When I took her to the pharmacy to...
Why did you go to a shitty pharmacy? Rosa abruptly stops her sentence as if she's just into the sensitive subject. She was turning her head as she thinks on how to better explain Stella's behavior. While she remains fixated on her tea with a sad expression.
Fue una sorpresa.
You were not expecting to see another amigo there. Why are you going to the shit-ass... It's implied to be like a crappy one. Your mom is a doctor. You can go to a better one, or one closer to your house. Why are you this dumb? It became more clear the more thought I gave it. And the more Rosa continued to explain it. It surely probably gave us some form of PTSD. Seeing a classmate dead at school in Cal. Do you think? you think? She was there during the initial shooting, Anna. She heard 5 shots. Minimum. I got a set of the Class 33 models that are about $300. They're really cool and make noises. And then a crying cat emoji. That explains the massive personality change compared to the cell I knew half a year ago. Everyone is fighting their own. And if you're going to take my lessons to heart, could you do that before the fucking shooting? And then like, thought balloon spears hits him on the head. God damn it, you can't do catch-ups with this, you idiot. Watching the trains fall down. The familiar words return to me as I feel a twinge of guilt emerging from my gut. I'm not the only one who walked away from that school with scars. I don't have to be such a self-centered piece of shit. Omniscience spears. He's everywhere and nowhere at the same time. I won't stop the school shooting, but I will be in your thoughts to bother you. The room has been silent long enough that Rosa continues to hold Stella's hand as she looks towards me. They're a lesbian pair, aren't they? Damn, I'm truly sorry, Stella. I can imagine how Can you? Going through all that must have been for you. I empathize with Stella, avoiding mentioning details of the incident similar to what Rose has been doing. Likely to prevent the trauma from resurfacing.
Thank you, Anna. Thanks a lot.
The three of us spent the next hour and a half talking about what transpired in our lives since the shooting at Volcano High. Surprisingly, Rosa decided to stay and may take a 5th year at Volcano High, confusing me since she never struck me as the type who would need next year in high school. I mean, they probably skipped on the finals and now everything is in turmoil. She's always seemed like a Tiverton Hall working girl. She explained that the incident had opened her eyes and made her realize she needed more time to contemplate her future. Oh, it's an excuse. However, I noticed the level of doubt and uncertainty when she gave her reasoning, making me feel like there was more to her decision than she was letting on. Additionally, Rosa mentioned that she took over Naomi's now vacant position of the student council president, while still being the head of... What? Who fucking cares? Why are we bringing this up? I swear this woman is trying to work herself into the grave, but she spoke as if she had some sort of obligation with her choices. to make a difference where I can, to fix what that puta destroyed. Definitely referring to Fang. I always thought they were a lesbian couple. When they are always together and living with each other. Listen, they are not escaping the allegations. Just like how Ganon is not escaping the allegations. Just kiss Damien already, Anon. Fuck. On the other hand, Stella's situation seemed all too familiar to me, from what she had to explain with the help of Sister Rosa. Referring to herself as a hikikomori. Most of the day, she shuts herself into a room and avoids the world while living with her parents. Not going to college or even taking a fifth year like Rosa. At the very least, Stella still has parents who look after her. Both she and Rosa said that they're doing their best to support her and help her emotionally. Already doing miles more than my own parents, who pretty much threw me away after I failed to live up to their expectations. When I mentioned this, Stella began to apologize an excessive amount, assuming she's trying to give me her sympathy. History will remember them as best of friends. Listen, they lived together, they shared condoms, they had sex toys, but they're friends! No more. It's like those kids in Kids Next Door, they're fused together and can't leave each other's side. That's terrifying. But you're just describing Siamese twins there, buddy. Ah, man. When the time came to tell my own story, I explained the current situation at Volcano High. I'm unemployed, not in school, and rotting away in my apartment in Skin Row. Aren't you a neat, not employed, educated, or otherwise in training? Surprising them both that I still live in Skin Row, even though they found me at the pharmacy in Skin Row and getting almost beaten to death by a masked midget in Skin Row. Guess I never told. Seriously, why were they at that fucking pharmacy? It feels so weird they'd go there. There's gotta be other ones in town that are closer to your fucking house. However, I made sure to neglect to mention some of the unsavory aspects of my already unsavory life. Like how I'm frequently downing pills like candy. Not to mention the constant nightmares and hallucinations I have. I only just met them again. I don't want them to know how fucked I am. Later that evening, I tried to go home, but Rosa refused to let me go due to my injuries, considering that I'm now stuck without a leg brace or how my crutches were sitting under my bed in my shitty apartment. I was hoping to just go home and shitpost the pain away, but she's right. I'm not in any condition to leave. Besides, no one has been this kind and gracious to me in a long while. Who am I to throw it away? Still, I need to smoke. Fortunately, they went upstairs for a private discussion. Give me the perfect time to indulge myself. With the help of a desk chair that Rosa lent me to navigate to the bathroom without putting pressure on my leg, I guided myself towards the entrance on the back deck. I could forget I existed for just a little bit. Greeted with a sea of stars in the night skies, I quietly opened the sliding door, all by lowering myself onto the ground, careful not to further injure my already fucked up leg. I dragged myself towards the edge of the deck, looking like a dog scooting in the progress. Sploot! After finding a place on the deck comfortable enough to sit, I take out my pack of cigarettes, opening the lid and retrieving one of its contents, along with a shitty dollar store lighter that I keep in the carton. Man's practical. Man's practical and clever. Proceed to bring it close to my mouth and light it, filling my lungs with the pungent yet soothing sensation of nicotine and tobacco, helping ease my nerves and letting me ignore the pain. As I exhale the smoke, I gaze around my surroundings to see just how big Rosa's backyard really is. Makes sense, considering she lives in the more rural part of Volgadir Bluffs, with only two other houses neighboring her own. The Castillo family must have a pretty peaceful home out here. I feel a strange sense of peace wash over me, especially with the stars dancing upon the grassy fields with a cascade of lunar brilliance. With none but me, the moonlit sky, and a poorly lit cigarette. Why is your cigarette is not meant to light stuff? It's not poorly lit. Unless you mean the cigarette itself is lit by something else, but I wish I could have shared moments like these with Fang. What I would just hold you in my arms again and see you one last time.
How are you doing?
Turn around to see Stella address me with a shy yet considerate presence. Adorned in an oversized precure t-shirt accompanied with cyan shorts and kitten slippers. Why are we describing people's outfits? Who cares? Wasn't any more obvious. I guess you're staying the night too. Like you can, I don't know. I'm just very easily antsy about this stuff. Cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war. Just I mean, I'm doing a little better now. Don't be a dick, Alan. She came to check up on you.
You're not being rude. I understand if you're not in the best mood. I'm sorry.
Ethel looks away with dejection. Thanks to me and my fucking mumbling. And again, I always feel that Anon's mumbling was rather quiet. Never thought that it's something you can hear if you're not close. Next door to some weird episodes like the sissification one. Turning into a girl is not necessarily sissification. There are additional steps to the process. If you turn into a girl, that's transgender or transsexual if you want to be like that. It's TG. The sissification requires that some masculine aspects remain for the masculinity to be demasculated by the outfit or the presentation. It doesn't count otherwise. I remember the fucking weird ass episode where they were like in the trenches and every boy was turning into a girl. What the fuck was up with that? What the hell is Kid Next Door? The lore in this show is nuts. I barely saw any of it, but what I did see, every one of them was like, yeah. Wait, Salah, interject before pausing. Again, he's using a lot of these things very close together. Interject, ejection, like a lot of weird words are very close together. I was excited to visit me again to hear me. Sorry. I just haven't really spoken with anyone since high school. My people skills are a bit rusty, not that they were that good to begin with. My eyes close and meet Stella's. Albeit briefly as her eyes wandered to the skies. After what happened, I just kind of stopped trying to talk to others. She took a seat on the steps to my right. Her eyes remained entranced on the stars, remaining silent. Shall I explain further? Again, you don't have to explain which side she's sitting at. You can just say that she's sitting beside him, and then later clarify when necessary. But unless you're going to make the right side a motif, you don't have to do it. Don't do it, in fact. It just creates a motif that's not there, or implies a motif. Almost died that day. Although, it does feel like that's what happened. It should have happened. I respond and grabs her attention, who shifts her gaze towards me as I continue my monologue. No one else visited me in the hospital. Not even my own parents. May as well have been dead to them and everyone else. After that, I've just been drifting through life with no purpose whatsoever. No purpose or meaning. They also had an episode where school finds they have salad oil field and the principal enslaves the kids and turns the school into an oil refinery. Damn, need me some battle-ready armor. God damn! What do you mean a salad oil field? Retro Achievements is using the word just neutral, it's not political, about allowing a Romak with a Pokemon named Kluklux. That's a ghost with a Hoenn ability called Justified. They get me started on the Terrace Pokemon. Platforming hate isn't neutral. I mean, I don't know where I stand on that. I feel like that's fucking... What the hell's Milkshake Duct? In internet culture, Milkshake Duck is a person who gains popularity on social media for some positive shades, is later found with distasteful history and engaged in offensive behavior. It's a term connected to cancel culture, a perceived trend of social media, sometimes resulting in celebrities being ostracized and their careers being ruthlessly developed by product. Why are you explaining cancel culture in this context? I mean, I know what it's... I guess that's why it's doing it, because contextually it makes sense. Pixelated boat. The whole internet loves Milkshake Duck. A lovely duck that drinks milkshake. 5 seconds later, we regret to inform you that he's racist. Man, that's almost 10 years old. How neat. Cancel culture. Also called call-out culture. Damn. Holy shit, this Wikipedia entry is huge. Why are there so many references? How do you get 112? This page is like half references and notes. God damn. I'm not even kidding. It's literally half. Man, I don't know what to think. I wish I saw Kid Next Door, but I didn't. I don't know much about it. Nobody visited me. I'm at the hospital. Not even my parents. I as well been dead to them and everyone else. I've sat drifting through life with no purpose or meaning. Maybe it's better this way. Eyes meet the ground as I breathe a deep sigh, staring at my hand holding the still-lit cigarette. It continues to burn. Seconds later, I feel the light touch of a hand on my shoulder.
It hasn't been kind to me either,
she says with a mixture of sadness and defeat painted on her across her face.
I haven't really talked to anyone else either, other than my parents and Rose since.
Her voice is trembling slightly. She's able to finish the sentence and remind herself of the trauma she's endured. Oh wait, her senses got through. Kid Next Door is at a one-off villains called the Spanish Inquisitor. getting a little tired. Getting just a little bit tired. Okay, I need to open this fucking post. I need more context. Sea lioning is a type of trolling or harassment that consists of pursuing people with relentless requests for evidence, often tangential or previously addressed, while maintaining the presence of civility and sincerity. I'm just trying to have a debate, and feigning ignorance of the subject matter. What is this comic? I don't mind most marine animals, but sea lions I could do without sea lions. Don't say that out loud. Pardon, I couldn't help it over here. Now you've done it! I would like to have a civil conversation about your statement. Would you mind showing me any evidence of any negative thing any sea lion has ever done to you? Go away. There's no need to raise your voice. I'm right here. I'm just curious if you'd like to... I love how this is looking like an old-ass comic. You made a public statement for all area, not able to defend the statement you're right, or something like that, have a reading discussion. I told you, dude, sea lions. She was zooming an hour. Man, I feel like someone's explained sea lion to me like 5 times by this point, and I just keep forgetting. Which the Independent called the most apt description of Twitter you'll ever see. Wait, isn't Retro Achievements the website that, Isn't Retro Achievements the website that lets you, like, do achievements for old video games? Like, oh, I beat this video game like this. Wait, Ty Tuesday? I always got the impression that Ty Tuesday stayed out of this shit. Huh. I thought it was the kind of guy who would just... I don't know, man. Man. Pokemon Clover, oh my god, it's 4chan. You know, when they say turn-based RPG, what they mean is that it's based in turns. It goes on and off. Goddamn. Oh well. All I can say is that things are looking a little muddy. I want to read this fucking ghost story about ghosts. I like spooky ghosts. You know, it's good that I have something to look forward to in life. They say no one expects the spinach inquisition. Nobody expects Brussels sprouts. Who even makes those nowadays? Nobody expects those. Spinach is kind of like bread and butter. I can expect some spinach. What the hell's this? Let's have a watch. Oh my god. No, Slugcat. Slugcat, no. Let's have a gander. Oh, I need to post this because I know someone who likes hyenas. No, that's the wrong place. There. I haven't got the soggiest, but that one does. Where were we? Oh yeah. Really, it's okay. I know what you mean. You're not alone there. It's been hard, I reply, uncertain of anything else to add. Yeah. Stella returns a hand from her shoulder. From her shoulder? From your shoulder? And returns it to her lap. Shh, fuck! You did the same verb twice, and it's not even cool effect. Oh! Damn it. Why can't I be better at this shit? Is my self-imposed exile into neatdom really turn me to this much of an unsocial audience? You always were! If anything, you've returned to nature. So, the beginning of Stella's sentence snaps me a bit, back at attention.
How's your leg feeling? Does it hurt?
Well, it's inflamed, it's throbbing, it's fragile. Those are the words that come to mind to describe how it feels. My leg feels like it's practically about to fall apart any second. I wouldn't say that, though. Still, it's pretty bad, not gonna lie. But it's not as painful as before. The shy Stego's expression turns to one of concern as she examines my leg in its crippled state.
I still can't believe someone would just hurt you like that.
Said I remained fixated on my leg, with a sympathetic expression.
No one deserves to be treated like that.
I mean, gosh, I deserve worse than this. A brief, yet comfortable silence passes us, putting my suspicions at ease that I'm not mumbling whatever self-deprecating bullshit goes through my mind. So, seen any anime lately? I turn and ask the somber Stego, trying to lighten the mood.
Oh yeah, I've seen a couple of good shows recently, actually.
She beams, albeit slightly in response to my question.
Let's see, there's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Promise Neverland.
I heard Promise Neverland gets bad in the second season or something. Like, it starts off good, but then it just flops the entire concept.
And then there's Beastars,
which is extremely gay.
Ellen Demon Slayer.
Listen, I don't know what to tell you. I've read like one. Oh, God, they translated it to Dutch together with Jujutsu Kaisen, and all I can say is, if they're gonna release that shit like months apart, I don't give a shit, man. I'm not gonna read these months apart. Although admittedly, I did like what the first little volume. That was cute. That was cute. I think it might be fun to read. I don't get Jujutsu Kaisen though. It's been a very flat read where I'm like, there's nothing about this that's really exciting or interesting. Like, the combat, not exciting. The characters, I don't give a fuck. The setting, it's just Japan. Like, nothing about Jujutsu Kaisen we should go. But Demon Slayer's got an interesting setting. It's got a character I'm like, yeah, kick his ass! Love it. Promise Neverland starts as anime The Great Escape and turns into generic shovelware. That's what I heard. And okay, wait this Legoshimak while we do it. It's important. It sure is. It's not gay if it's vor. I've been told. I cringe a little on the inside, being reminded of Stella's normie taste in anime. So the simple question seemed to brighten the mood. You held consistent eye contact with a slight smile.
What about you, Anno? Watching any good shows lately?
I haven't really watched any anime shows lately, shockingly enough. For the past few months, I've just been glued to my monitor, roaming the various dreg heaps of the internet with the occasional rock-ring playthrough every now and then. The fog enveloped my brain, made it difficult to recall any memories of seeing anything new, except maybe... I think I... Well, this thought I'd answer comes to a rough stop to feel a searing and tingling sensation in the fingers of my left hand. Oh, god damn it, I forgot my cigarette! Ah, shit! I cry as I drop the cigarette, dispose of the remains of hot stomp by left foot. Wait, surely by this point you've developed different muscle memory, Anon. Mistakes are made. Forgive my instincts. But you're a caveman or not.
Anno, are you okay?
My sudden outburst caused Stella to shoot up from her seat with the word expression. Before I can respond through my pained breathing and panting, a tirade of Spanish emerges from the house. ¿Qué está pasando aquí fuera? ¿Están todos bien? The yelling emerging from the house grew louder and louder as the source of the tirade approached the sliding door. Anon, what happened? Are you alright? Rosa called out as she moves the desk chair away from the door, emerging from the entrance barefoot, walking on a set of in plain yet colorful pajamas. Why are you not over-describing her outfit? This was just what we got. Running towards us both to investigate my pained cries. It's also how you dress it up. Like, if the paragraph is just an outfit description, it comes across really different than having some linking sentences in there. Not today, nicotine. Ugh, he's not getting slime today. I'm okay. I just did something I wasn't supposed to. That's a weakness, and if I live off the ground and hold it a minute or touching the ground. Don't use the ground. God damn it. English is not this man's strong suit. What do you mean, what? The inquiry cut short as she noticed the stomp remains of a cigarette in my foot. It just happened to be a second ago. Like a switch of word expression to the one of annoyance. Before I can explain myself, I get a quick upside my head. Oh, what the hell? No fumar. ¿Quieres matar tu pulmón? Tu pulmones y apretar a casa? She angrily interrogates me in her mother tongue. Besides, what are the two of you doing out this late? You should be asleep now. It's almost like that's exactly what I'm trying to avoid right now. But why, Anna? You need it most of all. You are injured. The tone of her voice softens slightly as she responds to my mumbling. She doesn't need to know. She doesn't need to... I couldn't sleep if I wanted to. I have insomnia. The glance Rosa gives me in response says it all. Come on, we know that's a lot of bullshit. A piercing stare causes me to give in and let her decide. Wait, you haven't seen nicotine ads for Superman where he just like kills a guy for selling kits? I'm sorry, what? Hold the phone. What? A piercing stare causes me to give in a letter to sign. Okay, I can't sleep. Not because I physically can't, but because I don't want to. I confess to both of them as they continue to look at me with concern. I've had nothing but nightmare when forced to relive that day. Again and again. It's becoming more gruesome and horrific than the last. I just can't anymore! Rosa kneels beside me and raises a hand, but she places it on my shoulder rather than across my head this time. Lo siento, Anno. I can't imagine what it must be for you. Rosa attempts to comfort me while patting my shoulder. But you need to rest. It'll only be harder for your leg to heal if you don't rest. I really want to sleep, but seeing how fucked up my leg is, and I really have anything to help me stay awake. I guess I don't really have much of a choice, especially when I'm trying to reason with Rosa. Okay. Muy bueno. Here, I will help you up. She responds, relieved at my answer. Just like before, she approached my right side and still on my left. And then un, dos, tres, they go. Some pillows and blankets from the couch. Thanks, Rosa. I don't know what to say. Listen. Listen, I know that you don't know just what to say, but we all know there's one person who does know just what to say. Okay? Listen. And listen. Hold up. I found it. Hold up. I found it. I need you to know about Rhapsody Street Kids. You don't understand. It's extremely important that you know just what to say.
Great grandma, you always know just what to say. Christmas.
I feel wiser now. I feel a little wiser now. Like I know just what to say. Grandma's tired from carrying that entire movie. Grandma was never the same after getting run over by that reindeer. God. I remember seeing a review, I think, of this, and I forgot who it was. But they were really good, and I wish I could find it again. Anyway, we finally enter the living room and see the course down. I really mean it. Thank you so much. Glad I found you again. Oh wait, what's this? Author notes? Oh, this can't be that old, right? Like author notes are not that old. All right, there we are. So with the characterization of Anna and Bad Apple, these are the choices he would have made throughout the playthrough. So he's silent. Tails, Li Fang alone, so he doesn't ask for help. Joking around is a good way to move past mistakes, so he fucks up that scene. Interrupt. Oh no, stay silent is the guitar thing. Interrupt is the rooftop scene. Excuse yourself? Yeah, that's at the bathrooms. Fix the cables, play the guitar. Ignore Trish, go home early. Instead of talking to Trish. Or whatever. So far, like I said, I feel the biggest problem with this is just the English is pretty bad. Like, there are some serious just writing issues and stuff. However, this is a few years old. And honestly, my problems are almost entirely related to the structure of English. And, like, fuck it, man. If I start complaining about your language, that's always better. The Goodbye Volcano High Room? What the hell is this? Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible. We're gonna ignore that. Subtitle may be wrong. Whatever place of the wording 4.5 months, not 4.5 months. It's the title of the subtitle. Man, look at this. There's no need for a comma when only 2 items are listed. Yeah, oh my god, questionnaire! Can I get up top? I think questionnaire yelled at some of my fix, though. So no up top for you, questionnaire! You yelled at my works! I should be glazed! I haven't posted anything in a while, though, so... Misses one period, hollow and empty worlds, both the same meaning, use a different one. You can use the same thing twice for effect. Neat. General overuse of words. Isn't overuse of words? I mean, it's a pretty generic standard word. 20 times, it's not even that bad. Alright, so, we'll do the next chapter tomorrow. Oh, we're just doing this at the beginning of every chapter. We've got a cover. Alright, we're starting off with more ghosts. I love spooky ghosts. Oh, it is called that because of Bad Apple. Oh, man. All the chapter names will be references to the lyrics of the song. Wah wah. Clays that have to be considered part of the rules. Ghostbusters. Yeah, so yeah, we'll do more later. Not tomorrow. I'm afraid that tomorrow evening I'll be unavailable. I'll see what happens. We'll see where we are when we get there. But for now, we're back. This fix got promise. Honestly, considering the setup, it would have to fuck up real goddamn hard to piss me off. Like, the margin for error here is very large. You have a lot of wiggle room, buddy. Like, if we're not doing a solid repeat, you got... The sudden hallucination in the kitchen is very well done. Oh, I like that. So yeah, be here next week. Be there or be square. I might do something in the middle of the week too, because I kind of want to keep some pace going. How big is this chapter compared to the other one? A little longer, it looks like. Not too happy about that. But yeah. I'm glad that I can be reminded I can like things too. I can like things too. My fic, Snoop Mania. It's Snoop, but Alan is replaced with The Undertaker. You know... You know what they say, Luigi? A good idea is half the distance. So yeah, come back next week. We'll do more. I'm gonna go write some stuff, and even though I'm explicitly making a fucking a file of like this is 1 or 2 chapters for something so that I can just publish it, I'm still not publishing it, Safi. What are you doing with your life? You make a folder just so you can throw some shit out there. You're still not throwing stuff out. You idiot! You're so dumb, Safi. How could you be this? How could you be this stupid? How could this happen to you? I should have cut this up more so I have more videos to upload, but instead I don't. Meh. Live long and write whips. Hell yeah, brother. Again, I thank you all for coming. I got enough Tory game for October 5th. Ugh. So that's almost over. Ugh, I kind of want to record more. Maybe I'll do Snoot in the Shell. A Ghost in the Snoot in my own spare time. It's always fun to do that. You know what? I could do one of those. You'd probably be very angry at me because you want to see live reactions and stuff. But I think that we both know that I deserve a little treat. A little sugar on the side. A little scoop. Also, I need content. I need content for the content mill. My brain, I'm starting to become content brained. Help me. Help! Help me! Okay, chapter 3. Surely by chapter 3, this guy's run out of art. There's a little art here. Chapters though.